fit in the time that it is.
That is what we call modernization. And you have said you are not modernizing
No, but
it.
you can modernize the Quran. It has been there. Nobody can change it. It's just that it has to be interpreted to fit the time
so
that we live in.
any time, any era, no interpretation must
The
change.
same word.
The same word, but as I
Right.
say, to be interpreted and fit that era.
Yes, without
we keep changing.
without changing the actual meaning. You know, without changing the
Okay,
text
I'm
itself.
coming. Let's use this simple thing to get to. I want to understand you.
I get you.
So let's use this.
Right.
Allahu Akbar. How would you interpret it to fit this era? Can there be any interpretation?
There are certain words in the Quran that is across the board. You can interpret it anyhow. It means God is the greatest. Simple as that. But then again, you have to explain, what do you mean by God is the greatest? He's great because of this and that and this and that. And you begin to explain. Because many people think God is great, which they believe. But why is he great? That is when the sharp man comes into it. You have to bring a lot of analysis, a lot of presentation to make them really understand, of course, God is great because of this and that and this and that.
So is the accolades we are adding, is
sort
that
of,
it?
Absolutely, sort of like that, yes, ma'am.
Sandy, no lie. If we are adding accolades, my name keeps changing. They keep adding more.
They keep adding
to
something
my
in
name.
it, right.
So if that's the case, then it's not anything serious.
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to, I could see you are well endowed in the Quran or in what you do, based on the little conversation I've had with you right now. Can you tell us the source of Islam? Like, give us the history of Islam and the people, the tribe that owns the origin or the principles.
Okay, one word or two words actually in the Quran where Allah said, I'm going to read in Arabic and then I'm going to give it, it's just brief. Where Allah said, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا. To each and every nation from the creation of the world, we have sent a messenger. وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا خَلَا فِيهَا نَذِيرٌ. There is not a community on the face of the earth, but a warner have passed through them. So from this angle, we begin to understand that, okay, we have Moses, Isaiah, Jeremiah, John the Baptist, Habakkuk, Jesus, Nathan. They were messengers sent by God. But the laws may not be the same, but the basic structure is the same. Believe in one God and shun from any abomination, and believe in the person that brought the revelation. That is basics. But then again, each and every messenger or a prophet was given certain, practice that he does that is not going to go against the belief system. So that is, Islam actually didn't start with Muhammad, as people think. Absolutely not. Islam started with Adam, alayhi salam, Prophet Adam. He's the messenger of God at the beginning, which we believe. And the end of them all is Muhammad. So it's like you building a house. There are those who will dig the trench and set up the foundation. Those who will put the blocks inside, and then eventually they will leave, and the carpenters will come, and on up till the end. Somebody will come and paint it, and somebody will inhabit that house. And that is how the prophet and messengers did. And the culmination, the end line of them is Muhammad. He came as the last messenger of God, as the last prophet of God. And the Quran have given us to understand that there will be no book from heaven be given after the three books that was given, the Torah or the Tanakh or the Pentateuch or the book of Moses. And then we have the Injil or the Evangel or the good news belonging to Jesus. And then the Quran, which is a recital. So these three books are the last books given. And the Quran is the last of them all. And so Islam completed by Muhammad, but he didn't start it from the beginning.
Any reason he doesn't want to bring any book and any prophet again? Any reason why?
The wisdom of God is beyond you and I quantification. You might ask this question, but the wisdom of God dictates that.
That is my problem. Oh.
And so we
You come and tell me things, and God doesn't want me to understand why he decided not to bring anybody again apart from Muhammad, and people are still sleeping with their wives and giving birth.
But there are more questions than answers. There are more questions than answers.
Why is it so?
It is just a natural, phenomenon of life.
Maybe I'm in person.
I can see that.
To You are watching the bigger. I mean, I want to understand things.
I see
so
what you mean.
when I ask questions and I get to a point where
Right.
I don't get the answers,
yeah.
then I get frustrated.
Oh.
Papa, since you said there are more questions than answers,
Yes, there
where
are
are
more
the questions?
There are
Where are the
questions.
answers? Any questions you have an answer.
Yes.
What is your name? My name is Grace. What are you doing here? I am hosting a show. What is it about? It's about consciousness. Mommy Grace, what is the time duration?
Right.
I don't know. It's more question. It doesn't make sense to me. My problem.
Can God come here right now and sit down with us? It's a question. He could do it, but he's not going to do that. Because it's against his attribute.
He's not with us.
He's not going to manifest and just come and sit. So, okay, Mommy Grace or Muhammad, just have a look at me. It's not possible.
You give us book. Come and sit here with us. You say, how?
He will send messengers and teachers, those who will
And now he
interpret.
doesn't want to send any messenger apart from Muhammad, who is dead and
No,
gone.
all the books were given. The books that
why
you
you people's time you gave them prophets and they brought books. Our time you give us paper. Our brain is static in the paper. How? This one how? Anyway, let's leave that one. You've made your point clear that questions are more than the answers. Wherever the answers are, I'm looking for it.
Yeah, we'll see it.
If you see Muhammad, tell him. I said I'm looking for it.
Okay.
Tell him, Mommy Grace. Now let me ask my last question, then we get into this. So, the origin of Islam is not coming from a particular tribe.
No.
It's coming from Adam.
It just happened.
So how come we are using Arabic language for God? Is there any reason?
Yes. Like from my quotation that I quoted earlier, I said there is not a single community except a prophet or a messenger have passed through them. And then there's another verse in the Quran which also said we definitely did not send a messenger or prophet until with the language of his own community. Because first of all, the immediate audience are his own people. So it makes a lot of sense, and it's logic for God Almighty to send a prophet with the prophet and the community, because